I'm gonna be going live right now, obviously, and I actually was driving all over the place trying to fish somewhere, and there's just like, dang, this thing got all tangled up. Nowadays, all the places I want to go fish, bank fishing wise, have signs around them. So I was trying to live fish for like a little over an hour, hour and a half, hopefully. But because it took for us forever to find a spot to fish because everything has signs now, we're probably only going to live fish here for about 40 minutes or so. I brought 3 rods with me. And so I have a gambler bait tournament coming up. And there's a couple different baits, underspin and their goat jig head. Not their swimming jig, but just a jig head. I wanted to see how well they pair up with certain rods. So I wanted to go fish a couple places I knew. And yeah, there's just signs everywhere that says you can't fish now. So I ran all the way to this spot that I know there's no signs, so we can fish here. And I might get stuck on the lily pads trying to fish those, but we'll make a cast or two for sure with them. But first things first, I'm gonna start off with the Gambler. This is, they call it the Brass, like BR, not Bass, Brass Pro, like rattling weight right there. And it has a rattle in it. If I put it near the mic, hopefully you can hear that. But that will get the fish's attention if you kind of twitch your bait around and stuff. And so we're gonna start by throwing that. And we don't got a lot of time, so let's get to it. I'm about to throw a stick bait on this. And so I'm just gonna be fishing with the Fat Ace 6-inch. This by Gambler, and that's the River Bug color. Good color. It's like a June bug color. You know, it's got that purple color. It's got that green flake, but it also has purple flake, kind of a blue flake, I guess. Actually, that's more blue than purple. It just looks purple because the bait is purple. All right, enough talking. Let's get this bait in the water and try to catch a fish. Only gonna be fishing for like, I don't know, 40 minutes or something. As long as we can, you know. We got the sun going down. It's gonna go down pretty quick, so we're not gonna be fishing forever. But we're gonna try this out right here. All right. So I got this bait tied on. All right, got it kind of loose on there. All right, let's get to it. Right now I'm casting over these lily pads and then letting it fall. So I just drag that over the lily pads and then I let it fall on the outside edge of those lily pads. The reason I did that is because we get bit. If they pick this bait up off the bottom, it's going to be a lot easier to fight them outside those lily pads versus dragging them through those lily pads. So I'm just giving it some pops, reeling that slack so I can feel the bites. This corner right down over here, that's where I'm probably going to get the most fish and catch them. I think it's a little bit of a deep spot there. And down here in Florida, all the ponds levels are low. So casting out in the middle, if there's a deep spot, would be nice. I don't know where the depths are in this pond, other than I think it's a little deep in this corner. So we're going to definitely toss it in that corner. But kind of want to, we got 40 minutes and you can kind of tell in the background there's all this stuff around the edge of the lake or small pond or big pond, whatever, and you can't really, there's not many spots to fish. This may be one of the only spots to really fish. And so we're just gonna fish in this one spot. So I just cast it up against that far bank, then dragged it through the lily pads, over top of the lily pads, and then I let it fall on the outside of the lily pads. So it'll be easier to catch a fish and fight a fish outside of those lily pads. Now, there is some lily pads near me, so I'll still have to bring it through some lily pads, but this will be a lot easier. I wonder if I can get a little closer to the water and bring you a little closer. Actually, I got this thing I need to probably tape to that tripod. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tape that to the tripod so it doesn't move while we're fishing. And I'm gonna cast this way out there, let it sit for a second while I tape this on the tripod. So I got had this got a motorcycle going by. I got this like battery that powers this thing right here. It's gonna fall unless I tape it so that it doesn't go anywhere. Tape this real quick, get to look at my double chin. Yeah, I need to lose some weight. All right, that should be good enough. You don't want to be all up in my grill. All right, there we go. Let's get this a little bit closer. Okay, let's see how close we can get this. I think that might be good. Oh yeah, that'll work. And then right here I can toss in that corner. Be a little easier to fight the fish. Make sure we're good here. See? Yeah. The hook came out. Definitely want to put that hook back in since we're about to toss this around some lily pads. Actually, there's a bobber over there in the corner. Looks like someone broke off over there. Doesn't surprise me. All these lily pads, heck, we might break off. Something hit right here. I don't know if that was a bass, but oh no. Dude, I got stuck on like a trash bag. Are you kidding me? Just dragging a big old trash bag full of water. Gotta love fishing these nasty polluted ponds. Oh my goodness. What's the chances of that happening? Jeez. Ugh. Oh, there it goes. Man. Well, I just stirred up that whole corner. That's gonna probably gonna be hard to catch one over there now. We'll give that a minute to settle down. But something moved right here. I'm gonna pass past it and run up to where I saw something move. Something's moved right here now. Yeah. So starting to see some movement. Place is coming alive. If they're bass, we gotta hook up with them. I know that. Alright, so something moved right there. Something bumped that lily pad. There's something right here. Oh, something moved right there. I'm getting squirreled. You know what I mean? Like squirrel. There's something moving here, then there's something moving there, and now there's something moving over there. I'm gonna cast at it because one of these movements is definitely gonna be a bass. So far, maybe I'm not letting it sit down there long enough. It is summer, so letting a stick bait kind of sit still for a while. Sometimes that's just what you got to do. So far, I'm not getting. Oh, right there. It got one. That's tiny. Dude, that's a Florida bass right there. Dude, I was about to say I'm not seeing anything come after my bait. I'm not seeing anything interested in it. Look at that giant. Maybe if I get him a little closer. Yeah, look at that giant. He's huge. All right, so something moved the lily pad right there. It was that bass. So, oh, something big. Oh, two things just moved right over there. That's where I think they are. This little corner right there. We just saw something move after hooking up with that one. So, okay, 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 okay. I do have to remember I have two other rods with two other baits that I do want to throw around, but I'm not really confident in them at the moment. Once the bite gets a little better, and I think they may be biting something moving, we might chuck those out, and hopefully we don't get them stuck on these lily pads. I wasn't planning on fishing these other twos on lily pads, but the ponds that I tried to fish, right now they got no fishing signs around them, so they didn't used to have that. So I ran over here. We're not going to have as much time to fish because I had to run over here, but we already caught one, so I think we'll be all right fishing over here. And I did hook up with a giant bass over here once, so there is at least one big in here. And if you're familiar with Florida, there's always a big bass in pretty much every body of water. So, you know, a lot of people, they want to know where I caught this bass and that bass, and I can tell you pretty much every body of water I've ever fished, if I fished it enough, I've caught a big bass in it. So it's not so much where you're fishing when you're fishing these ponds. Obviously some ponds are better than others, but it's more of how you're fishing than anything. And right now we're fishing slow with a stick bait, but we just caught the one, so looking a little promising. Trying to think where the next bass I'm going to catch is going to be. I still think this corner is probably the best spot, but I'm always trying to think of my next cast and my next cast after that. So I'm actually going to chuck. Oh, something moved right there. Let's chuck it there. That cast wasn't that great, to be honest. Oh, get off that lily pad. Yeah. All right. We might have just stirred up that spot a little bit too much because I got caught on the back, that little point, the point of the top of the heart of the lily pad. You know what I'm talking about? My bait, I had to drag that lily pad under the water a little bit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when you're fishing lily pads, if you can avoid it, you know, try to avoid that top little part of the heart, because you're going to definitely drag that lily pad under the water and stir up that area. Okay, so I like where I'm at right now. If I was a bass, I'd be right there. We'll see if they think the same thing. Okay, I was sitting on a stem of the lily pad, so I popped it off that stem, so now it's going to be sitting on that bottom. And I got a little bit of a slack line, and when you're fishing with a slack line, you don't feel the bite. Not usually, but it's a 9-gear ratio right here, so it's real easy to go from slack to I'm pulling that bait away from the fish. So I usually kind of give it, especially a stick bait, I usually give it a little bit of time, 5-10 seconds on a slack line. Not too long because I don't want to gut hook any fish, but I'll give it. See, something was moving right there, but I think that was just, it was on that lily pad stem. So that kind of almost fooled me, and I almost set the hook for no reason, which definitely can happen on a slack line. All right, we're gonna do something risky over here. If we get a big one, we're gonna probably lose it. Maybe not. This is a pretty big rod, 7.6. Okay. If we hook up with one now, we should be all right. So what I was doing is I'm casting all the way to that other bank, and there's a bunch of lily pads between me and there. So like a freaking 6+ pounder just poof, on that bait right there, we'd have to bring it through those lily pads, and that's going to be a little tough. So if I can, I'll try to bring my bait slowly through those lily pads, and if I think they're on the far bank, I'll try to get it to follow my bait out before I actually get them to bite. Oh, I just get bit right there? Nope. I might have actually. It might have been that little tiny one we just caught a minute ago. Same spot. I think he just did a little nibble. Either that or a little panfish just gave me a little saying hi. So yeah. I might have to grab one of these other rods real quick. I know it's a stick bait and we can catch one or two more fish here. But I don't want to just fish with a stick bait. It works. Oh, there's a little one right there. I seen him right as I pulled this out the water. He came up near it. But we don't care about these tiny, tiny ones. Big old soft shell turtle out there. Good to know. Keep an eye on that. So any movement right there ain't a bass. That's that soft shell. We don't waste our time catching him. We definitely don't want to do that. So right now, I don't know how y'all like to fish. I mean, there's a lot of things we can do right now. Mix it up. Right now, we're trying to fish the edge. We're fishing up towards the bank. And the water levels have been dropping in Florida lately. So usually, when the water levels are dropping like this, you actually want to find a kind of a deep spot. And so usually you want to fish deeper, because when the water levels are dropping, fish usually go deep. And when the water levels are rising, they'll come up and fish shallow. So dang it, okay, I thought I got stuck. So right now, I probably shouldn't be making all my casts up shallow, because they might be sitting out in the deep hole. But again, I feel like this is actually a deep spot. Even though it's near the bank, it's actually a deep spot. So we're gonna do a little of both. And if I can mix it up right now, cast this sucker out deep, give it a few twitches, see if we get some action. Be nice. Get a big old largemouth. Oh, something right here. Or I could just cast at this thing that's moving right here. So just saw some movement in the water. Ooh, that was a bass. Did y'all see that? Or was that just out of your... Oh, you can see the ripples, but it was just outside of... Dang. I wish I cast it there before I just cast it over here. I've been in the perfect spot. Dude, that was a big bass. That's a... Just ate something right there. So, hey, there's the bass are coming up in this area. So we might hook up with something. We might hook up with something good. Heck. But actually, that sucker looked like it was chasing something moving. Let me grab one of these moving baits we got over here. All right, so we got the other rod with us, got my other baits. This is an underspin right here. And actually, I brought this with me because I wanted to see how well this underspin worked on, actually, yeah, I probably should change this. I want to see how well it worked on this rod in case, I think I already said that, but put that bait with my others. And this right here is a Big Easy by Gambler, bright copper. So that's a color right there. Y'all can't see it, it's kind of far away, but bright copper. So Florida water's got some stain in it. It's kind of dark right now. This has a little screw at the front. We got to screw into the plastic. This right here. This right here. This right here. Bro, if they are biting this underspin, we're about to have some fun. Definitely rather than biting the moving bait. And as the sun's going down, I actually like fishing with this. And this is Gambler's underspin. I kind of like it. It has a little thing underneath that makes sure your swim bait doesn't move around too much. So this is a 7-foot medium heavy fast action cheap rod. This is a little Walmart special. And I'm just making sure that it in fact, because this hook is a little beefy. Man, that bait looks so good coming through the water. Oh my goodness, if I was a fish, I'd bite it. I do wish I had that. What are those things called? That there's something you can put, not a weight, there's something else. Gambler makes it. You can put in front of that knot to keep and catch that mine. But there's something you can put in front of that knot to keep it a little more weedless and keep gunk off the front of the bait. I kind of wish I had that. Oh, just got nibbled. Got him. Oh, it came off. I knew I wasn't reeling fast enough. That was okay. So that's exactly why I came out here and wanted to test this out. So this is a 6-5 gear ratio. Not fast enough. Not fast enough. Dude, I was reeling so fast. Next time I'm running out the frame. Because, oh man, we lost one. Dude, the second we started fishing with this. Bro. Yeah. So I was wondering about this setup. This hook is a little beefy. Might not be able to drive the hook home quite as much as I'd like. But, bro. Dude, I brought him all the way up near the bank, too. I mean, dang. Dang, I had my heart pumping. It's definitely more exciting when you get that bite on from a little bit bigger of a bass. I don't know how big that one was because, you know, you hit slack in my line pretty quickly, you know. But he definitely was in small. So, okay, this one right here is a 7-1 gear ratio. It ain't the other underspin, but this is just a goat screw lock, and I wanted to test that on this rod. Again, a beefy hook, so I want to make sure that it works. Now, and this will also tell me, are they hitting the underspin or are they hitting the fact that it's this color? Honestly, I think both, but we need to test out both of these setups, and we just found out that other one's too slow, which I should have known better. But now we gotta twist this around. Kind of hard to twist around that hook. But not that hard, just a little. All right, there we go. So that's definitely a more subtle approach than that underspin. But we got the 7-1 gear ratio right here. So this right here, this right here, I think we can do some damage with this. So this rod's a 7-1 medium heavy fast. It definitely feels stiffer than that other one. And we got a little bit faster reel. And the reason I paired this one with this and that one with that is because this hook is just a little beefier than the other one. So I definitely wanted to make sure I can drive that home and catch them. So that 6-5 gear ratio is a nice slow speed, which is good for the action of the bait and to actually entice the fish to bite. But it well, I got stuck on that lily pad. Come up out of here. Do not leave it, digger. On the second cast. But yeah, I cast it near those isolated lily pads. I probably shouldn't. It's an open hoof right here. So we're gonna check this out in the middle. Hope one of these big guys come and get it. Now that 6-5 gear ratio, it has the right speed for the right action. But once you hook up with them, it's not fast enough. I don't think it's fast enough to get that fish in. I like a faster reel getting them in. So I'm doing a lot of pauses right now just to make sure that I don't reel this too fast passing the fish. But if we throw this, half a dozen times or maybe more, and we're not getting bit, it's definitely going to be time to go to that underspin. And that underspin is going to give off vibration. And the sun is dropping right now. So that vibration is going to help those fish key in on the bait segment. So that's definitely going to be the best move. But before that happens, it'd be nice to see if this works well with this rod and reel. Yeah, I mean, technically, catch one on here and I like it. I could always throw that underspin on this rod. And just take a minute to. Oh, caught that really bad, dang it. Did not want to go up. I had a feeling it could happen too. I tried to go through there without it happening, but it definitely happened. Alright, we'll pull it up out. If you're not familiar, pull it straight back, help you get out of that stuff. Alright. Get up over those lily pads. Perfect. Is that a fish? That's a fish. It's a little one, but we got one. Alright. Oh, we dropped him. Alright. Caught another one, another little one. That was on the complete other side, so definitely a different one. Actually, sadly, this might be a little bit bigger than that last one. We'll put him back. So the underspin, we lost one all the way up near the bank, and that's probably the best one right now. So I probably should tie on this real quick. How long have we been filming? That sun is going down quick. It hasn't even been 30 minutes yet. Jeez. All right, let me tie this on real quick. So 30 minutes, we lost one and caught two. I'm not mad at that. Wish they were bigger, but I think we can catch a big one with this underspin though. I wish I brought scissors. I wasn't chewing on this stuff. All right. The other knots on there ain't going anywhere. You just tie it around the other knot. So, if you're watching this live, I see there's, what, one person in here? Okay, appreciate you. And if you're watching this after the fact, I appreciate you waiting for me to tie this knot. Shouldn't take long. But I know it's not as exciting That's fishing, watching me tie a knot. And then I just dropped the dang thing that I'm talking. Let me know if y'all want to see me do more live videos. I definitely want to do a lot more from the kayak, but it was like a last minute thing today. Try to get some fishing in before dark. And so we caught fish on the other two baits, and we lost one on this underspin. So now we gotta catch one on this underspin. And something's moving out there, so I think we might. It's getting darker. This underspin is probably the move right here. And make sure I want to skin hook. Dude, yeah, that fish that hit this kind of beat up the bait a little bit, surprisingly. I think it was a decent bass too. I just never got a full weight on it because it just hit slack in my line and came all the way across. Yeah, I caught it, hooked up with it out there, and it came off all the way here near the bank. So, if you can see, I got a 7-1 gear ratio. Obviously you can't see that, but you can see I'm not turning this very fast. You know, I'm kind of just letting that underspin spin a little bit, bring on a little vibration in the water so they can see it. I'm not moving it so fast that I run it away from the fish. Now, they might want it fast, so let's try a couple casts where we burn it kind of fast. So you see, turning it a couple times pretty fast, and then I'm stopping. So we'll try that right now. It's pretty dark, so it's going to be hard for them to key in on a bait that's moving fast. But sometimes that's when you get the big ones, because it's a reaction. They just see something vibrate and go right by them, and then they just come after it. So try a little of both. It sure would be nice to catch one of these big ones in here. Just sitting over here in this corner. I should have brought a light. I didn't realize it was going to get dark so fast. But, I mean, y'all can see what's going on. And I'm kind of telling y'all everything I'm doing. So, kind of what I expected, reeling it in kind of fast, nothing. So I'm gonna slow it down a little bit, reel it in, kind of in the middle. And I got my rod tip up. Got one right there, it's good. Fed dirt, I should say. It's the best one so far. So I have my rod tip up, so I keep that bait higher in the water column and up over, coming up over those lily pads and stuff. Feel better. Alright. Not a giant, but bigger than the other ones. Not a bad little bass. So that was my goal right there, is to test all three of these baits on different rods. The one combo wasn't working for the underspin, so we switched it up, put it on the other one, and it worked. So far I'd say this is a success. I wanted to fish some different ponds, but nowadays apparently all the ponds have no fishing signs around them. So we finally found this one, finally getting the fishing, and right now this is probably the move. Underspin, it's going to give that vibration, and that's in this corner. I've been saying this is the corner. This is probably where I want to fish. You know, it's a little bit deeper here. If the fish aren't here, I think they will be here. They'll come up over here. That's exactly what happened, because I've made a dozen casts over there with the stick bait and everything else, nothing. And then now we're getting one over here. So that was a decent one, but definitely not a giant. We catch a giant here. Let me make sure I'm not just, I think I'm barely skin hooked here. Yeah, I might want to bury that hook just a little bit more. I think we shouldn't have a problem setting the hook, so I'm gonna bury it so I can get through vegetation a little better. I'm gonna jump on it so you can get that all better. Oh, something blew up right there. Oh, okay. I gotta get back in there, dude. Yeah, it might just be one bass just going to town on some bait fish right there, but there's definitely some action. That's right near where I just caught the last one. So I just kind of passed in around one spot, but like I'm starting on the outside. So what I'm doing is that first. So I saw a spot where they're just blowing up on bait fish, right? And I threw past them to the left of them, okay? In case, because they're probably not in the exact same spot, right? So, and I couldn't tell if they went left or right. So that first cast I made to the left of them, and the next cast I made to the right of them, hoping, you know, they haven't gone too far and they're still right there. And now I'm going right over top of where they were just making a promotion. Nothing. So, ooh, a bunch of gunk. What is that? Yeah, that feels like poop. Now that I know what poop feels like, I'm just like, it's all squishy. Alright, cast it out here. Open water. Maybe the biggin. I'm gonna start creeping up over here. And they can't see anything. That just gives them a little vibration. And then they just BAM! Hammer this sucker. And I show a freaking 25-inch bass on camera live for y'all. Wouldn't that be cool? I think it'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that at all. Maybe not 25 inches, but these Florida ponds got big old giants in them. But you want a 25-incher here, you're better off hitting these lakes in the kayak. But I definitely catch some good ones in the pond. So it's obviously kind of dark right now. It's actually darker on the camera than it is to me, which is usually the opposite. Usually the camera would be less dark. We got the sun's not up, but there's still light up. I mean, you can see that there's still light up on the camera, but you can't see anything else. I don't know, maybe I need to end this live stream since I can't see anything, but well, if I catch a giant one, you'll see that. I'll put it right up next to the camera. I'm gonna make a couple more casts with his underspin, because I think his underspin is just, oh man, I think it's the best bait I could possibly be throwing right now. So I'm gonna make a couple casts in a couple key little spots real quick, and then probably call it. So let's see if we can catch a big one with this underspin. Sure would be nice. Catch a giant to finish off the video. Funny, I did a live stream not long ago, and I went to Kenansville. Last time I was there, I caught like a dozen bass in a few hours, and I was at the same spot. And man, I couldn't catch nothing when I was live. So it's nice that we hit a pond I haven't fished in a very long time, and caught a few fish. Definitely nice to not get skunked out here. But and there's something moving over there in that corner. I don't think I should keep chucking it over there. Just chucked it there a couple times and nothing. So let's see. Actually chucking it back that way, y'all can't even see what I'm talking about. but chucking it up over there would probably be good, but I have a hard time fighting the fish back. I'm not going to do that. One more. Come on. Alright, I'm about to chuck this out in the middle. I'm going to pick this up. Pick it nice and slow. Man, I think it's actually kind of shallow out there. Or maybe 1 or 2 feet deeper than the edge. But it looks like it hit the bottom pretty quickly. I saw it hit the water and then it looked like there was like a second ripple. That's usually you either got hit or you hit something. So I think it might have been the bottom. Which means it's not right deep. Yeah, it might be just sitting around the edge. I don't even know that deep. But you know what? I do have that stick bait. That stick bait has a Bass Pro rattling weight, so it makes noise. So I think what I'm gonna do, this is my last cast on this, and then I'm gonna cast out that stick bait and just pop it, give it a little bit of rattle noise out there, and if there's any bass nearby, they'll probably come over and check it out, and we'll let that finish the video if we don't catch it. Maybe what happens, because we're not getting bit all of a sudden, so let's chuck out the stick bait and try to get them. One last ditch effort. Last cast, y'all. So I'm gonna work this bait slow because it's the last cast and it's a stick bait. It's meant to be worked slow, and yeah. I'm popping it right now because y'all can't see what the heck I'm doing. One on the slap, one on the sit, and I casted it way out there, so even though I've already reeled it in some, it's going to take a little bit to get back to me. Feeling some resistance. I think my line might be on, like kind of on a lily pad a little bit. That one of the lily pads that's close to me. Yeah. Feels good. My line is a little dark. Alright, y'all. Tried one last cast with this weight. I know it's dark. I hope y'all enjoyed this. And can you see me if I get close? Nope, can't see me. All right, well, thanks for watching, y'all. That's going to be it for today. Let me know if y'all want to see more live streams. I'm definitely going to do more live streams. But let me know if you want to see more bank fishing stuff. I can do bank fishing pretty easily. You know, it takes a while to go somewhere with the kayak and launch and everything. But I definitely prefer the kayak because we can catch bigger bass. But those live streams will be a lot longer. So let me know what y'all want. And appreciate all you all for watching. And that's going to be it. I'm out. Subscribe to Reel Journey if you're new. And that's a wrap.